little late today, but hey, alhamdulillah. Gonna get my workout in right quick before I make my rounds. That's what I do. You know, I just want to go on here, man, and just touch bases with the people and let the people know that everything is copacetic, man. Life is what it is. You move at the same sound of heartbeat every day, and that's just what that is, man. It's like when you, a person, and another person having walked in your shoes or lived your life, that individual that sit there and they talk about you, they be acting like they walked your shoes and lived your life, but they haven't did none of that stuff. So my thing is this: if you don't know, you don't know. If you wasn't there, you wasn't there. Point blank. Now let's take Big U for example, because a lot of people be speaking on him, and a lot of people they grab like paperwork or something like that. But I know the man. I know the man inside and out. I know the man. I know the man movements. I know the man when he was at his lows. I know the man when he was at his high. I know the man. So when I come speak, I don't speak on things we don't have no knowledge about. It's like a lot of people from the outside looking in. They really believe and think that Big U ran that section over there in the Crenshaw district, but he didn't, because first of all, it's too damn big, right? And then now you have cliques and crews. But I was never part of the cliques and crews, man, because before I got locked up or went away, it was just 60s. And we was all one, and we was all peers. Now, true enough, you had some busters inside the section, and we all knew who the busters was and all that type of stuff. But however, a lot of brothers didn't get preyed on like that back then, because we was too large and we was too big, and everybody knew their position. And I hear dudes on this internet, these dudes, these Big U sympathizers, they can be a sympathizer, they can be a minion, they can be a sympathizer, alhamdulillah for that, because he do need some type of support, because the shit he going through, I don't think no man want to go through no shit like that, man, because he going through it. But however, the sympathizers, they don't know anything. Some of them got some lies and certain things and fake ass stories, fictitious stories from other individuals, but they wasn't there. And you got to understand, the majority of these dudes that wasn't there, they probably wasn't even born yet. They probably wasn't even born, or they was kids or things of that nature. They old enough to be my kid, his kid, and all that old type of stuff. So my thing is like, man, if you don't have no knowledge about certain things, don't speak on it. If you don't know what the situation was, dealing with certain situations, certain things, man, you don't know, man. And like I try to tell a lot of brothers, man, that the boy Big U, he human just like anybody else. He wasn't the roughest, toughest dude over there. He just brainwashed a lot of them dudes, and a lot of them dudes were scary, man. All the minions and all the scary dudes were scared of him, bro. Not the brothers that have some oomph about themselves. Not the brothers that's gonna stand up for themselves. He didn't make that neighborhood the way he made that neighborhood, bro. You gotta always give just due to the first generation and the second generation, because Big U came around in the third generation. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Lil Monk and Slim brought him around. And when you ever hear any Big U's interviews, he never talk about Lil Monk. And I always wonder why he never talk about Lil Monk, because he couldn't stand Lil Monk. And Lil Monk was an individual over there, bro. He was a pillar over there for all of us. When stuff was going awry, dudes weren't getting along, he always was the glue to bring everything back together. And then when he got demised, got killed, I always in the back of my mind was thinking that was a back door. But I talked to his brother, so his brother don't think it was a back door, so I'm gonna take that up on my cerebral and let that be. But I know for sure that Big U didn't like Lil Monk. That's why he never spoke on him. And any dude over there, bro, when they talking about that history in the 60s, they don't speak on Lil Monk. It's something wrong with him, bro. Anyway, man, back at the subject at hand, man. Hey, bro, if you brothers, all you content creators, if y'all don't know Big U in its entirety, Bro, you guys don't know what y'all talking about. I listen to some of you guys and I sit there and laugh. I was like, man, this dude's a dummy. He don't even know what the hell he's talking about. So dudes got to understand, man, that they don't never talk about who's telling on Big U. They'll say some shit like Whack 100. They'll say some shit like 600. They'll say some shit like me. They say I've been working with the feds for 30 something years, bro. See, they so stupid. This I'm gonna tell you how stupid these dudes is, bro. I don't hang around gang members. I don't hang around people that basically that do criminal activity. I don't hang around none of them dudes, man. I don't hang around no type of caliber individuals. So it's impossible for me to be working. It's impossible for me to even give any type of information because I don't care about that lifestyle. I'm in a whole different lane. So I always scream at the top of my lungs, you come messing with me, I'm going to demo on you, and then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to call the police on your ass and send your ass to jail. I've been a civilian. I've been walked away from that stuff. And a lot of dudes, they don't understand that. So my thing is this, man. If y'all don't know that, brother, man, don't speak on things y'all have no knowledge about, man, because there's a lot of shit, man, that you guys are not privy to. You know, and I know it. I know it. I don't know about nobody else, but I know it for certainty, and I know some of them other brothers over there in that section, they know it. So I don't even, me personally, I don't speak on it because, like I said, it's always going to open up a can of worms. And I'm not going to be the one to open up that can of worms. And then when it comes down to little bro, I hear some of these dudes like, oh, man, he finna tell on the hood, man, to get little bro free. If I wanted to tell on your hood, brother, let me explain this to you dumbass Negroes. If I wanted to tell on your hood, I would have been done that a long time ago, bro, to get little bro free, because I would do anything to get him free. Now, is it have to come at the hands of somebody else? No. It would come at the hands of certain dudes like Nutty, Big U, and all these other things, them dudes to set him up and put him in the crosshairs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of shit about that dude, Big U, bro. And when I tell you I know a lot of shit, I know a lot of shit, man. You know, so I think a lot of you guys, man, just be sitting there and y'all don't know nothing, and y'all go off on what somebody is telling y'all. Even the people that's telling y'all the stories or whatever, to feeding y'all the information, they don't even have it right. It's not even accurate, bro. So, like I said, man, if you don't know, you don't know. I understand that you dudes create content. I understand that. So what? So what? But other than that, man, you guys don't understand that Big U was in jail because of Big U. Now let's get that clear. Let's make that clear and sketch in stone. Big U was in jail because of Big U. Big U was on them wiretaps, bro, talking reckless, and the whole world is gonna find out what he's been saying on some of them wiretaps, bro. Big U was on that phone, bro, speaking like it was nothing to do. He acted like he didn't know his phone was hot, but he knew he was up under investigation. That's why I was always to the point where, like, man, it baffled me how he was just sitting there having like 7, 8 people on the phone at a time, and they just sitting there just talking about X, Y, and Z. And this is why a lot of people in jail. See, y'all don't understand, man. Like Brick Baby is under investigation behind Big U. Lil K-Dog is under investigation behind Big U. The boy Tiny Draws, Bear Claw, Imani, Hop, Tiffany Hines, all these people is under investigation behind Big U. Now, you guys got to really understand that. How did the feds get a hold to Big U? How they acquire all this information? I'm not talking about the wiretaps. I'm talking about the murder. I'm talking about all the other stuff, because people went in there and told them people what time it was, how Big U was moving. And this is how they come to the enterprise, bro. You see, even when Imani went in there and when she did her interview, she was just giving up information, just trying to explain how her dealings was with Big U. She didn't have to do that. All she had to do was sit there and not say anything. So, you know, and I understand that, you know, she's a female. She's not a member or anything like that. She may know members, but she's not a member like that. So all she was doing up in there, you know, she didn't see nothing that was wrong what she was telling them people. And because that's normal day life. It's like normal shit. It's like normal United States ghetto shit that we become accustomed to. But we don't even know. We so stupid at times. We don't know where we be breaking the law. And that's what we be doing, man. We sit there and we break the law. And when we break the law, they're gonna use that against you, man. So it was Big U homies that got him locked up. You don't see nobody running content about that, bro. It was his homies. It was his neighborhood. It was some of them athletes. It was some of the moms and pop shop. It was a whole lot of people, brother, giving up that information, even on the murder. What do y'all think they got their information for the murder from? Y'all don't think they talked to Bay? Of course they talked to Bay. Y'all don't think they talked to D-Say? Of course they talked to D-Say. They talked to Marty Marr. They talked to the security guard. They talked to anybody in connection with that murder. And that in itself is a red flag, because there's no way that he was supposed to be attached to that murder, bro. Here's it is, a man that said he's an advocate for the Crenshaw district and he helping the kids, but a kid get killed on your watch. Come on, man. That don't make any sense. None whatsoever. That don't make no sense. Love don't make no sense. And this is why a lot of people was mad and upset. And don't get it twisted now. He don't have the support that y'all think he has over there in that Crenshaw district. I always say, man, when you go to jail or when you demise or you die, you become an afterthought. And right now, that brother is an afterthought. The only people that really rocking with him is his family. You know, true enough, he has a good family. His little minions and all that type of stuff. But other than that, come on, man. It blows me away, man, how our people, when we see stuff going to the left, like a person kill another person, they literally think that we supposed to, allegedly, supposed to support that individual that did that crime, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, man. I understand that a lot of brothers, man, caught hot ones and murders that they didn't do, because I caught one I didn't do. But I understand, you know, brothers stay down, and because that's the nature of the game. When you're dealing with the United States ghettos, that's the nature of the game. If you did it or not, they still gonna accuse you of that, you know. So if Big U didn't kill Rayshawn Williams, he's gonna take the flack for that, because he's been charged with that. And that's what happened with a whole lot of brothers from the United States ghettos, man. There's a lot of us, man, that caught hot ones way back in the day, and we didn't do nothing. You know, maybe somebody inside the group did it, but everybody don't get caught, you know, or everybody don't have no dealings with that particular type of situation. Just like Lil Bro. Lil Bro didn't say nothing. Lil Bro been standing down for damn near 39, 40 years. So he didn't say nothing. Lil Bro could have told a lie even though he wasn't there? Yes, he could have did that. But he didn't do that, because our loyalty and our allegiance to that particular fake ass code and the principles is all fucked up. And now here's it is in 2026. Everybody getting down. Everybody telling. They backdoor Big U, bro. And people don't even see that. People can't see that. They can't analyze that. They can't do none of that. His own crew, his own crew backdoored him, bro. They sure did. They backdoored the big Mr. Backdoor. So I don't get how people don't understand that. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about his homies telling on him. They don't talk about all that type of stuff. But what they want to do is they want to portray and paint a narrative that other people is telling on Big U that had nothing to do with Big U's case, bro. Nobody is in Big U's case that wasn't close to him, bro. Nobody. Why you think ain't no real rolling 60s on his case, man? Y'all haven't came to the conclusion of that? Y'all never asked that? Why ain't no real reputable dudes on his case, man? It's a bunch of peons. It's a bunch of scary dudes. And it's a bunch of minions on his case. No real dudes is on that brother case, bro. Not one. And I can scream that to the top of my lung, bro. No real dudes is on Big U case, bro. No real rolling 60s is on this case, bro. Period. Because Big U didn't want no real rolling 60s on his case. See, Big U is the type of person, man, he have to control everything around him. Even when we was growing up. When we was growing up, bro, even the stuff that we was doing out there in the streets, we never let Big U call the plays because he was too impulsive with the plays. You know, he didn't do his reconnaissance. He didn't do his homework. He just wanted to do it. So we never, if he had something up, bro, we never rolled with him on that. Now, was we out there getting some real bread in that particular time back then? Hell yeah, we was getting some serious money. But it was always somebody else that had to play up, not him. Now, people be asking me, oh man, was he like that back then? Yeah, he was like that. He wasn't no buster. He wasn't no coward. He wasn't none of that. I'm never going to sit there and lie on the brother, man, because he was with the business. And all of us was with the business, not just him. That whole section was with the business. Why you think that section got the reputation that it has right to this day, bro? That section has a reputation because everybody was with the business. The dudes came before me. The dudes became before him, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because they the ones set the tone. All we did was we picked up the ball and took it to a different level because we came in that era where it was automatic weapons, drugs everywhere. We can do this and we can do that. So we had more accessibility to a lot of things that them brothers didn't have accessibility to. So that's why the third generation took it to a different level. Now, I'm not saying that the third generation is better than the first generation or the second generation. No, I'm saying that everybody have a part to play. Everybody had a part to play in that. And with the part that you played your position. If you know how to get bread on the streets, you got bread on the streets, man. And if you wasn't no hitter, you wasn't no hitter. You wasn't no squabbler, you wasn't no squabbler. We all knew each other's abilities, bro. And sometimes, man, a lot of brothers, they forget that. And they call dudes busters and cowards and all that type of stuff because dudes don't know how to fight or dudes ain't know how to kill and all that old weird shit. But I'm telling you, man, at that particular time, the information that we have now and the men we are now today, we was doing some stupid shit back then, bro. We was doing some shit that wasn't warrant for us to do stupid shit, you know, going around spinning the block trying to kill another dude that looked just like us or walk like us and talk like us. That was some stupid shit. Us sitting there, you know, going to the penitentiary thinking the penitentiary was a badge of honor. The penitentiary is not a badge of honor, bro, at all. The penitentiary ain't shit. So anytime a dude sit there and glorify the penitentiary, the level 4 yards or the level 2 yards and level 3 yards and all that type of stuff. See, me personally, I don't glorify that shit. I don't think I'm no joint and solid and all that old weird shit. I don't care nothing about that, bro, because right now I live in a different type of lifestyle. I've been living this lifestyle, man, for the last 30-something years. I've been removed from that because I'm not a dummy. I understand that stuff will have you caught up. I understand that if you keep on continuing down that particular path, you're going to be like Big U. If you out here, you trying to get to the point where you think you this hell of a dude, nah, bro. They got somebody on you right now. They got somebody on you. They paying attention to you, and people are filling them with a whole bunch of information, even if they lying about you, bro. And this is what people do. They lie tell. They'll tell the truth, but they'll put a whole bunch of lies with that shit. So this is what's going on right now in this day and age, man. So all I'm saying is to you brothers and sisters, man, hey, man, if you wasn't there, you wasn't there. You know, if you wasn't a part of the section or you wasn't part of the history, you don't know the history. You know, you may think you know the history, but you can be off on the history. You be getting third and fourth hand information, and a lot of you brothers and sisters, y'all don't go to the source to get this information. And that's what's wrong, man. A lot of brothers just be masturbating at the mouth and they don't know what the hell they be talking about, bro. But other than that, man, you don't never see people talk about the dudes that betrayed Big U on his highest level. They talk about some other shit. They talk about shit like Whack 100 got to go to court. He got to testify. No, no, he don't, man. Because when you know, if you read the law and you understand the law, if you're on the phone talking some shit on the phone, what you're doing is that's like that's a testimony against yourself. So if Big U's on the phone talking about Whack 100, they don't need Whack 100 to come to court to testify against Big U because they're using Big U's words against him because it was on a wiretap, you know. So my thing is this, man. Like I said, y'all deep in the game and got the rules missing. You can come up with your little narrative like you want to come up with your little narrative. If you want to support Big U, alhamdulillah, go ahead, man. Nobody mad about that stuff, bro. Because like I said, everybody needs support. But however, man, you guys got to get the facts right to the point where it was his own people, bro, that got down on him, man. And y'all don't pay attention to that. His people got down on him. His crew, his minions, all them dudes got down on him. And it's more people coming forward ever since he been locked up now, bro. Pay attention to that, man. And dudes talking about he got action at this and he got action at that. Nah, bro, no, he do not, bro. Big U is cooked on his highest level, bro. I done read that paperwork so many times. He is so cooked. It's unbelievable. He's cooked just on a mere fact of the extortion. He taking the money from the money from the FBI that they had it planted, from the videotapes, from the wiretap, from Loose Cannon validating what he was out there doing with the robberies and all that old bullshit. On that alone, he's cooked, you know. And there's no telling dealing with the murder. Like I said, allegedly, I don't know if he did it or not, man, but allegedly, if you's a community if you's a community leader, or you this person that say you with the kids and all that, you never want that attached to your demonstration, to your body, bro. You don't want that because people gonna look at you sideways and they're gonna believe what they want to believe, even if you didn't do it. That's just the nature of the game when you're dealing with that criminal element, bro. You cannot do something, bro. You could be innocent all outdoors and they will still accuse you of the shit that you was doing, man. But on that note, man, hey, man, that brother wasn't like that out there when we was going on the street, bro. And I tell dudes that, man, we was homies. We was all peers. And he wasn't acting like that the way he was acting like, you know, the way he was doing these other dudes like the brick babies and bring the money back and give me some of the money. He could have never done none of us like that, bro. And all these stories these other dudes be telling, bro, I sit back and laugh, especially when they be talking about me. I laugh because I don't give a shit. You can talk about me all you want to. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I'm not in your hood. I'm not in nobody's hood. I'm in Busterville, California, where I choose to be. I live a different lifestyle. I deal with the corporate world, and I just keep it moving, man. And I try to educate some of these dudes on not to tread that path. And I always speak on the top of my lung for these youngsters that don't have no felony to go on the other side, man. Because you'll win better on the other side, and you can help your community while you on the other side. And dudes don't get that. But on that note, Assalamu alaikum.